In part 2 of this 3-part walking meditation series, I mentioned focusing on the rhythm of your footsteps as a type of grounding mindfulness strategy. And this week, I'll offer a way to incorporate rhythmic breathing into a walking meditation. So as always, we will start with the basics, the foundation. In this case, yoga breathing is known as pranayama. Prana means breath or life energy, and ayana stands for control. So essentially, yogic breathing is control of the breath for vital life energy. There are types of yoga breathing that are meant better for seated or standing poses, but Ella's catching up. For today, we're going to focus on rhythmic yoga breathing strictly for walking. We are officially in July now. It is the 1st. And with that is the heat and humidity and mugginess, at least for my neck of the woods, which is Pennsylvania. So, and bugs. Did I mention bugs? Since it is July, I'm really conscious of picking my hiking days wisely. Always looking for new apps, especially related to hiking and weather apps. I can never really find one that just feature everything that I want. Try Weather Underground. I'm using that one currently, and I really like a special feature that they have where you can customize kind of like a activity graph. I created a graph for hiking as an activity, and then you can go through in various categories, add as many as you want, such as temperature, humidity, chance of rain, wind, I want to say air quality, that as well, and several others. So you can select the ones that are most important to you for your activity and then create basically your tolerable range, the minimum and the maximum, and then you can zone that in for your ideal conditions. And essentially what it'll do is when you look at your weekly overview, it will give you a bar graph and show you which days meet your ideals. So you can easily at a glance pick what are your best bets for that week. And currently for this week, I'll show you what my Weather Underground hiking graph looked like. And you'll see why I picked today. This slithered across the trail in front of me. And it's still coming. It's like a train. With no caboose. There it finally is. It's one of those rare times when Ella, for whatever reason, because it was a very narrow path, perhaps, she was actually behind me. That was a blessing right there, because if she just spied it, she probably would have went after it, and it was huge. And we're pretty far out to deal with that. Ella, I'm a little on edge after that. But I've shortened the lead, and she's staying a little bit closer. I'm playing it safe here. Safer. But ooh, I'm so creeped out. So what this looks like is standing straight and tall. You're gonna fully exhale all the air out of your lungs. And then when ready, you will start with your right foot. One full long breath in 4 steps. And then you hold the breath while you're going 2 steps. Then you exhale that breath for 4 steps. Then you restrict the breath at the bottom, which means neither inhaling nor exhaling. And then repeat the cycle. So it might help to first start from either a seated position or a standing position, or even laying down, and just isolating the breath counts to get used to that first before adding in the walking element. What I like to do is kind of do a mental image to follow the breath of a rectangle where you have 2 long sides and 2 short sides. And think of the long sides as 4 step counts and the short sides as your 2 holding or restricting breaths count. And don't be discouraged. It does take practice. The more practice, the easier it'll be. And I am a beginner at this just as well. Nowhere near having mastered this breathing technique yet, but I'm working on it. Mountain goat, where are you going? Second close call of the day. I just started hearing maybe 50 yards from where Ella was standing. I hear a tree cracking from way up high, and it slowly, you could hear it descending down, just dropping, and then the big thud as it hit the ground. That was another near catastrophe escaped. So thank you, Lord, for protecting us today. You think these things happen on real windy days? You can see the leaves are very still. So it goes to show, any given moment, it can happen. But on we go. The heat is really getting to me today. We're, I think, 2.5 hours close, probably more so, maybe 2 3/4. Despite this being the best day of the week, it's still a pretty brutal one as far as the humidity and the bugs. So you can tell by my face I am really overheated. I've been hydrating. I prepared enough that I brought 2 full liters in the bladder of my pack. And I brought a full water bottle for her, and that's just to supplement the water sources, where we get some spots where there hasn't been fresh water for a while for her. But yeah, can you see the bugs are like in my eye? But I'm starting to lose it today because I am really, really uncomfortably hot. So I came out one of the offshoots and kind of reestablished where we are, how long we've been out, and decided I'm gonna cut back across one of the side trails to shorten it because there was no way I was up for near 10 miles in this heat. But then the path that I chose has been very uphill. But yeah, I'll put the end results here after this clip so you'll know exactly how far I went and how long I took. Right now, I don't know, but you'll know in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Simile of the day, for just as a watched pot never boils, a watched trail map never seems to progress.